Hello friends, today we discuss polyembryony. Table of contents are as meaning, types of polyembryony, polyembryony in gymnosperms and practical value. Now introduction. The phenomenon of the development of more than one embryo in one ovule, seed or fertilized ovum is called polyembryony. It occurs in both animals as well as plants. Most striking cases of polyembryony are seen in certain animals where up to 2000 embryos may spring from one zygote. In plants, this phenomenon was first reported by Antony von Leeuwenhoek in 1719 in orange seeds in several gymnosperms. The polyembryony is so common that it might be regarded as an important character of this group. In majority of the gymnosperms showing polyembryony, usually two or more archegonia develop in a female gametophyte, and as each archegonium contains an egg, two or more eggs may be fertilized and thus two or more potential embryos may be created. Only one embryo, however, survives usually and all the other perish during the course of the development. Different types of polyembryony. First, cleavage polyembryony. It results from the cleavage of the zygote or early stages of its development into two or more units, that is in Nicotiana rustica, Isotoma longiflora, Lobelia and Erythronium. Cleavage polyembryony is common in gymnosperms, but it is of rare occurrence in angiosperms. In Erythronium americanum, first division of the zygote is normal. From embryonic mass, many cells at distal end form separate embryos. In Isotoma and Exocarpus, additional embryos are formed from suspensor cells of proembryo. Now, embryos from cells of embryo sac other than egg. The embryo may appear from synergids and antipodal cells in the embryo sac. The synergids may be fertilized by sperms from an additional pollen tube or develop without such fusion. In Argemone mexicana and Phaseolus vulgaris, additional embryos may appear from unfertilized synergids and hence haploid in nature. Embryos from antipodal cells develop less frequently in Ulmus americana, Allium odorum. All the antipodal embryos may not remain viable. Embryos arising from the cells outside embryo sac. Cells of the nucellus and integuments have also been observed to develop into embryos, that is in Citrus, Eugenia and Mangifera. In Spiranthes, additional embryos have been reported to be developing from inner cells of inner layer of integument, reported by Swami in 1948. Such embryos subsequently come to lie in the embryo sac and are nourished by the endosperm. Embryos from endosperm. Embryos developing from endosperm have been reported in Balanophora, Alnus. However, Ernst in 1913 found that such embryos developed from egg got embedded in cello endosperm. Polyembryony may be spontaneous, which includes instances of naturally occurring polyembryony. Induced polyembryony includes instances of experimentally used cases. Types of spontaneous polyembryony. Gametophytic polyembryony arising from gametic cell of embryo sac and sporophytic polyembryony arising from zygote, proembryo or initial sporophytic cells of the ovule means nucellus or integuments. Embryo development can also be made in culture medium, that is known as induced polyembryony. The embryos developed in culture medium are known as adventitious embryos, somatic embryos, supernumerary embryos or embryoids. Polyembryony in gymnosperms. First is polyembryony in cycadales. Polyembryony in cycadales is not a common occurrence. However, Rao reported simple polyembryony in Cycas circinalis. Two adjacent archegonia of the same ovule in this species sometimes develop independently into two embryos and also rarely into two seedlings. Polyembryony has also been reported in Cycas nymphae by De Silva and Tambieha. Only one out of the several embryos, however, remains potential and persists in this species. Polyembryony in coniferales. Simple polyembryony occurs in majority of the members of coniferales and number of embryo varies from 2 to many. Cleavage polyembryony has also been reported in several genera of Pinaceae, that is Pinus, Cedrus and Tsuga. Pseudopetes and Sequoia in Taxodiaceae family, Thuja juniperus in Cupressaceae family and in Podocarpus family Podocarpaceae. Both simple and cleavage polyembryony are common in Cupressus. In Pinus, the zygote divides 2 times to form 4 nuclei in the chalazal end of the archegonium. These 4 nuclei divide again to form 2 tiers of 4 cells each. Both tiers divide once to form 4 tiers. From below upwards, these 4 tiers are called embryonal tier, suspensor tier, rosette tier and upper tier. The cells of the embryonal tier divide further into proximal secondary suspensors, which split apart and 4 distal embryos are formed. Because of the splitting process, this type of polyembryony is called cleavage polyembryony. Some species of Pinus also exhibit simple polyembryony, which results from the fertilization of several archegonia. A few species of Pinus also show rosette polyembryony. In this type, extra embryos develop from the cells of the rosette tier. In Cedrus, the upper 4 cells of the embryonal suspensor or E tier elongate to push the embryonal cells quite deep into the female gametophyte. Each of the lower embryonal cells divides repeatedly to form a 4 to 5 celled structure. They separate from each other, forming 4 embryos, showing an example of cleavage polyembryony. Simple polyembryony is also common in Cedrus as more than one archegonia get fertilized. In Sequoia, the early divisions during embryogenesis give rise to 3 tiers of 4 cells each, that is an upper U tier, an S tier and an E tier. Each cell of the E tier gives rise to secondary suspensors and an embryo. This pattern of embryogenesis is regarded as cleavage polyembryony of a particularly precocious kind. Cleavage polyembryony of a very high order has been reported in Pseudopetes, and this results in the formation of 12 to 28 embryos. While in Podocarpus, an advanced type of cleavage polyembryony has been observed, and it has an important bearing on the assessment of the evolutionary status of polyembryony in the conifers as a whole, mentioned by Sporny in 1965. Each embryonal tetrad behaves as an independent embryo in Podocarpus. Polyembryony in taxils. Several archegonia are present in the female gametophyte of Taxus. The eggs of many of them may be fertilized, resulting into simple polyembryony. Ultimately, however, only a single embryo attains maturity. According to Sterling in 1948, cleavage of suspensor cells occurs in Taxus. The suspensors separate from each other and each of them may carry one or more embryonal units. Sometimes groups of meristematic cells are observed at the base of the suspensor cells. These groups of cells are called the rosette embryos. Further development, however, does not take place in these embryos. Polyembryony in Nettles. Netum, Ephedra and Welwitschia. In order, Nettles exhibit polyembryony. In Netum, polyembryony is of very high order. In this genus, not only are there several protheli in each seed and several zygotes in each, there is also the multiplication of embryos from each zygote by branching of the primary suspensors, and further proliferation of the secondary suspensors can occur. In spite of all these, only one embryo normally reaches maturity in each seed. Reported by Sporny in 1965, Vasil and Madhulata in 1960 have also reported some cases of polyembryony in Netum species. In Netum, polyembryony occurs either due to budding of the secondary suspensor or due to proliferation. In Netum nemon, each of the primary suspensor tube may develop an embryo at its tip, resulting in the formation of many embryos. The embryonal mass at the tip of the secondary suspensor may enlarge to develop into additional embryos. In Ephedra, the zygote divides thrice, resulting in the formation of 8 products, out of which all are capable of giving rise to embryos, although more commonly only 3 to 5 do so. Such precocious polyembryony is remarkable. In Welwitschia, the third genus of Nettles, higher degree of polyembryony is seen. Many zygotes are produced in this genus and almost all start producing embryo, but only one embryo develops at maturity in any one seed. Now, practical value of polyembryony. Nuclear adventative polyembryony is of great significance in horticulture. The adventive embryos provide uniform seedlings of parental type. Nuclear seedling of citrus provides better clones than cuttings. Cuttings form little roots and nuclear seedlings develop tap roots. We can say it better root system. Nuclear seedlings show restoration of vigor. Moreover, nuclear embryos are free from disease.